Hey, what's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading. Let's talk about what's hot in the market today. We got UTSI. That's the one that was probably the leading gapper for the low float momentum stocks in the morning. Pre-market shot up. Let me change my tools here. It shot up all the way to over $2. Looks like it capped out about 224. Faded back down. Then at market open, it looked like it might try to retest that, but got rejected as it broke down. If you've been watching my latest video or two, I've been working on my short game. Well, I figured out that CMEG has shares to short of a lot of these low float stocks. So before I went down to work, I took a quick scalp on this. All I did was I drew my trend line here and saw that it was downtrending, and every time it kind of touched that trend line, it would fade back down. So I actually just took a small trade right here as it hit the trend line. I shorted it and covered it at the 200 moving average, thinking that maybe with the support over here pre-market, which is not a lot of support because there wasn't a ton of volume, but and the 200 moving average, it could curl off that. And like I always say, I like to scalp and get in and out trades pretty quick. Don't take too much risk. So took a small position there and just shorted that little move. Made $60. Nothing to write home about, but $60 green's better than a red day. I'll take it. And then I ended up having to go down to my work. So that was my only trade of the day. Turns out, had I held it, it would have been a lot better, a lot bigger winner. Could have took a bigger position, could have held it, but like I said, I had to leave and go down to my work, and I just don't feel very comfortable. I could have set a stop loss or something, but I just don't feel the most comfortable being in trades when I'm away from my computer. Inevitably, that's happened several times, and it's bit me in the butt, so I avoid that. Anyway, would have been a bigger winner, but that's okay. Another one that was big is NIO, my arch nemesis, NIO, that I was trying to short the other day, and it just kept squeezing and squeezing. And if we look at it over the course of, let's go back. Here we are. This is 5 days, a 1 minute chart. 5 days. So it went pretty much nothing but up from $15, squeezed all the way to $21. Most of this was a short squeeze. The news was not amazing at that time. It just had a lot of shorts trapped, and they just kept covering, and away it went. So anyway, topped out about $21. Thought about getting short, but I'd already been burned on it, so I did not. And then fast forward to news of an offering right here. So that's why on this day there was news of an offering. And so it finally started coming down, and it gapped down big. But then today the news of the offering price came out, and it ended up being priced, I think, at like $17. And the only reason that I know of that it went up is I've seen this several times before. When you get a stock that has this much volume, 210 million shares as of right now, and it's been trading a ton of volume every day, you know that it's got a lot of shorts. So then whenever the offering comes out, people naturally start shorting it heavier, thinking that it's going to go down, because typically when you have an offering and you have a secondary offering and dilution, the stock drops. So I'm sure it got shorted again heavily, and the news of the offering price being $17 is higher than people expected. I'm sure that the consensus was probably that it was going to be a really low priced offering and it was going to drop substantially, and instead it ended up being priced not too bad. So on that news, it got shorts covering and people kind of buying in and thinking that offering not so bad, could be a buying opportunity, and it's done nothing but go up. If we look at the today, this is the 1 minute for today, so it's had some pullbacks and a few opportunities for the most part, it's just walked the 200 moving average. This is why I keep, actually that's the 50, sorry, the 50 moving average, and the 200 is the white line right there. But I've been playing around. I always have the VWAP on my charts, and I use the 200, and I just started kind of throwing the 50 up there here and there because it seemed like the 50 was also, I was seeing stocks kind of reacting to the 50 as well, so I'm kind of playing with that. Don't know if I'll keep it or not. In this case, it walked along that 50 moving average pretty good. Now it is starting to turn the corner. Typically, this would be a point where I would short it because we have kind of a head and shoulders. This would be kind of a shoulder, and then the head, and then forming another shoulder here, possibly. And the fact that it failed to break through the 50, and it's getting late in the day. We're only 18 minutes from market close, so I would be shorting this, and it looks like as we speak that might have been a good position to take, but I didn't because this thing had burned me in the past, and like I said in my previous video about NIO, it's not my wheelhouse shorting these stocks that are larger market caps and not just low float momentum stocks like I typically trade to the long side. And it kind of burned me the last time, so I'm trying to rein in my impulses. You know how that's a lot of the battle of trading is not getting emotional and not getting out of what you know, I guess, is the best way to put it. So trying to stick to what I know and not impulsively short this, even though I want to. Don't want to get burned again if it keeps squeezing. But anyway, that's NIO. Then we got, looks like YouTube's giving me some message, so I'm not sure if y'all are seeing this or not. Not enough video to maintain smooth streaming, whatever that means. Anyway, hopefully you guys are seeing this. This is another one that was big today, PSV, and it's been a multiple day runner. I don't know if there was news on this today or not. It wasn't on that screen anyway, but let's see if it pops up on here. No, not seeing it on here. It might be news somewhere, but I'm not seeing it on E-Trade's news anyway. So PSV, as we can see, this is the 1 minute chart, and this is 3 days. So it is shot up like a rocket, faded back, shot up like a rocket, faded back. This day it climbed a little bit slower, but again it broke out past the high there and then came right back down. So this is a pretty good volatile stock to trade. I haven't traded it yet today because, like I said, I was at work. This is today over here, so didn't have the opportunity to capitalize on this, but I like the volatility. The swings could be good to the long side and the short side. Just a matter of playing bounces. A little bit harder to play the bounce here, but if you were looking at shorting it, it broke through VWAP, which is a good thing if you're looking for a short. And then if you're looking for a bounce, you might be looking at this area here where these tops are as possible spot for that bounce to begin. And then just a matter of watching level 2 and seeing when the momentum changes. Then it shot all the way back up, broke through VWAP, came back through VWAP. The thing is just pretty volatile. It's kind of all over the place. I think it has a lot of volume. Let's see, yeah, 150 million shares, so a lot of volume, and it's lower priced. Again, not so much in my wheelhouse, the stocks. I try to stay in stocks that are above $1, which this one is, but they just don't become, to me, the patterns don't become as predictable on the lower price stocks. And I like predictability, and I like taking as little risk as possible. To the long side, to me, it seemed a little bit risky because it has big drops. You see these big red candles, especially like here where it drops all the way through VWAP. Big red candles scare me when I'm going to the long side. I don't want to get caught in that big drop on the downside. So I probably would have been looking more at this to short as it got rejected by VWAP twice here. And I was looking at it, but I did not short it. No real reason. Just I was looking at it and then didn't take the trade. So I kind of wish I would have got short there. But again, not looking at a huge gain if I had shorted it. Maybe 15 cents or so if I was still holding it. But looks like it's coming down now and might retest this area here before it bounces. It kind of already did, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it, especially late in the day. And looking at 3 days now that it's been climbing up and down, but overall climbing. So it could be that maybe late in the day going into close possibly will break through the support and end up heading back down. So it could be a chance for a decent gain. But like I said, this thing is crazy as far as bouncing and going higher than you would think. It's not typical really for a stock to go all the way up, come all the way down, and then continue to bounce as violently as this one has up and down. So a little bit more risky to take that, and that could be because it's a lower price stock. Like I said, I don't trust them as much as far as patterns and predictability goes. Then we got, let's see, UAVS was one that I was kind of interested in just because of this move right here. Did news come out? Let's see, not showing news here. Could dig for some news, and I'm not sure if I would find it or not, but if you see any news for any of these things, you can comment that down below or in the side. I'd love to see if you guys are seeing news on any of these that I'm not seeing. But anyway, shot up pretty good right there. That got my attention, hit my scanner, but so far it's kind of consolidating. And the scarier thing about this, not really scary, but what would make me cautious right now is that it's a nice green candle, but it's getting into this area here where there's a lot of consolidation. So you're going to find a lot more sellers, a lot more shorts piling on in that range. If it could break out, that would be awesome. But so far, with the volume that it's got a nice green candle, but it just hasn't broke out past that consolidation yet. So we'll see what happens. Might end up being a decent short if it gets bogged down in the consolidation there. Could end up being a short later on, like tomorrow or the next day. We'll see. Something to watch. The overall market, as we speak, kind of spiking back up to the above 351. How crazy is that, by the way? I just still find it. I know I've talked about it in other videos, but I think it's crazy to look at this and see the huge drop with the pandemic here, and then have it curl all the way back up and be pushing all new highs, even with the current state that we're in with the pandemic is not over with yet, and there are some schools closed down, still businesses closed down, still unemployment at super high levels, and yet it just keeps going. I'm not sure if it's squeezing because a lot of people were shorting the markets, or if it's foreign investors or just people really believe in the markets right now. But it seems kind of crazy to me that we're still putting up all-time high after all-time high day after day. It seems a little wild to me, but I like to see it. It's a good thing as far as long bias traders. Good thing. But let's see what else we got here on the scanner, if anything, going into the end of the day here. Always looking for, this is what they call power hour, the last hour of the day. So I'm always watching and trying to see if I can find anything that's closing super strong that maybe I might be able to scalp. A lot of times if you see a low float momentum stock with a ton of volume squeezing hard into the close and higher and closing at its highs, a lot of times they can run after hours as well. So I'm always looking for that. The spreads get a little bigger and the liquidity goes down and the risk kind of goes up in after hours. But with that, you can also get some crazy moves when it starts really jumping up after hours anyway. So I'm always on the lookout at the end of the day, trying to find something that might be squeezing higher into the close, getting shorts covering, or just people buying if it's got a good catalyst. BOXL had a little bit of volume. It kept popping up, but nothing really exciting about it to me. Couldn't even break through VWAP here or here, so nothing too exciting on that. UTSI just keeps popping up, but that is not anything for me at this point either. It did test the 150 range there, but got rejected so far. We'll see. Maybe it'll close in the next 8 minutes or so and start curling up, but I kind of doubt it. Let's see on the daily chart. You can see why people are selling it, why it didn't hold its gains. To me, the news down here postpones release of results. That to me seems like negative news, so I'm not really sure why it shot all the way up, but I didn't dig into it too far. As far as why it's fading and went red on the day, that's pretty obvious because we're in a nice big downtrend, and the last time it shot up, it failed. And as we've talked about before in previous videos, the history is the good predictor of what's going to happen. People are seeing that, and everything in the stocks, for the most part, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The reason that indicators work, or the reason that stocks do what they do, most of the time is because they've done it in the past, and people have seen that. And if the stock's reacting to an indicator, then people are going to keep piling on their positions based on that. If a stock has had a nice big day, but it went red on the day and faded right back where it started, people are seeing that. So on a day like today, they're looking for that to do the same thing. So shorts pile on and longs are nervous to hold it overnight, etc., etc. So kind of get the self-fulfilling prophecy there. Other than that, I don't really see. Let's see, I'm looking over here at other scanners, free scanners like FinViz, trying to see what we got. Let's see, Tesla and AMD are up as far as the volume goes. Let's see if there's anything exciting going on with them. Tesla. So it looks like Tesla completed their split, because now it's trading at $500 instead of $2,500 or whatever crazy amount it was at. This thing has gone nothing but up the entire year. Amazing. Another good example of shorts. I read somewhere that Tesla was the hottest short in the market, or the heaviest short in the market. Don't know if that's 100% accurate or not, but I did read that somewhere. And that would explain why it just squeezes and squeezes and squeezes for eternity, basically, to crazy levels. Let's see. AMD was another one. These are larger market caps, so I probably wouldn't trade them because they're expensive. With a small account, it's hard to get any meaningful amount of shares. Up pretty good on the day, but now fading back towards VWAP. So, yeah, I'm not really seeing anything other than what we covered for. Let's see, refresh my other screener real quick. See what it has going on. HHT and GME are on that scanner. This is what I do, guys. I have my scanner that is scanning all the time, but it's been a slower market day as far as momentum stocks. I haven't seen a whole lot other than that UTSI keeps popping up, but not a ton of low float momentum stocks going crazy today. HHT's that one. I don't see anything exciting there. GME. That one's a little bit more exciting. That one's got some volatility in it. It's climbed pretty good from lows here, and then now it's fading back. Could be a bounce off VWAP play, but you're going to see resistance right here. So resistance in that 675, 681 area. So if I did try to scalp the bounce, I would be getting out of it pretty quick. But right now it's not looking it. I would like to see, after that big of a drop, a little quicker of a bounce. It could still curl up, but as of now, not so far. Didn't bounce very quickly, which tells me going into the close, there's quite a people trying to get out probably, so it's kind of just staying where it's at. As far as after hours, yeah, I'm not real excited. I don't see anything really popping up as far as anything running big into the close. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then I will, after hours, a lot of the times I'll go to my strategy scanner and go to like an after hours scanner, like right here. You can see up greater than 5% post market. So I'll switch over to that possibly in after hours if I'm not seeing anything. If you're an addict like me, you know, addicted to the trading and the possibilities and all that, then you have a hard time tearing yourself away from the computer. So I have to physically force myself to go do other things a lot of the time, or else I'll just sit here and watch it pre-market and all day through the market and post-market. And that obsession's good whenever you're learning, but at some point you also have to have a life. So I might tear myself away from here and go accomplish something else, since it's kind of a slower day. But anyway, hopefully this helps you guys find some of the stocks that are moving today, helps you possibly see some of the things that I'm seeing. Like I said, I've been trying to dabble more in shorts as the market has changed as far as low float momentum stocks not running as big and as hard as they were. I'm trying to develop more of a short game so I can take advantage whenever the stocks are doing more of the gap up and fade like they have been recently. This one is starting to curl up down here, so I'm getting a little action here. We'll see what it can do. It's got a long ways to curl before it can even get to VWAP, so I don't know that will happen. 1 minute till close, probably not. After hours, though, this could be one that could curl up after hours, so I might be watching UTSI after hours to see what happens. Yeah, that's about all I got. I'm going to probably try to make a video later on. Not sure about the topic. Some people have been asking about stop losses and things in the CMEG account. Maybe I'll make a video about that or something else. But anyway, that's all I got. Hopefully you guys made a bunch of money. I only made $60 today. Only, you know, I'm happy with any gain. Any day that I make money is a good day to me. So I'm happy with that. And hopefully tomorrow's another green day. Green days add up. They might be small here and there, but they can add up to big gains over time. And as you grow your account, you get more leverage if you have a margin account. And that one just pulled back at market close, but shot back up. So yeah, this might be the one to watch after hours. I'll have to see if UTSI can curl up. It's possible. And other than that, we will switch this over here and start looking at up greater than 5% post market. See if there's anything exciting that pops up on that scanner, and maybe try to find something after hours. GME, as I'm watching it now, after hours, it's still consolidating in that area, but if it looks to break out there, it might be a scalp. Like I said, risky to trade after hours though, guys, so beware if you're trading after hours. It is more risky. There's more volatility, bigger spreads, less liquidity, so be careful. Other than that, that's all I got. Hope you guys had a great day. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Peace.